Welcome back, and in this demo lesson we're going to be following on from the previous demo lesson, only this time we're going to be creating the IAMadmin identity inside the production AWS account. So what I'll need you to do is make sure that you're logged into the production AWS account using the account root user. It should say production on this drop down at the top. While you're doing that, also get into the habit of making sure that you have the US-East-1 region selected in this drop-down at the top right of the screen. We're going to be following exactly the same process to create the IAMadmin user. So move across to the IAM console. The quickest way is to click in the search box at the top and type IAM, and then click to move across to the IAM console. Now, just as before, close down any of these notifications if you see any mention of new dashboard experience, and we need to go ahead and create an account alias for the production AWS account. So go ahead and look on the right hand side of the screen and click on create. Now you want to make sure that this production account alias is in a similar format to the one you created for the general AWS account. And instead of general, I'll be using production. Again, this needs to be globally unique. It should mention production, and you should use the same structure as you used when creating your general account alias. So go ahead and enter the alias and click on Save Changes. Once you've done that, go ahead and note this down somewhere safe, because you'll need it whenever you want to log in to the production AWS account using an IAM identity. Now that we've set that, we can click on Users and go ahead and create the IAMadmin user for the production AWS account. Let's close down this notice again and click on Add Users. We'll be calling the user IAMadmin. Remember, these are specific to the AWS account, so we can use the same username as we used in the general AWS account. Just as before, we'll need to select the password credential type option because we'll need to provide access to the AWS Management Console. So select that option and then check next to custom password, and you'll need to choose a password for the IAMadmin user of the production AWS account. Again, if you're using a password manager, you can go ahead and allow this to generate a password on your behalf. Once you've done that, uncheck the box to require a password reset and click the button to move on. Again, we'll need to give this IAM identity administrator permissions, so click Attach Existing Policies directly, locate Administrator Access, check the box, and then move to the next screen. Click again to move to the next screen, review all of the settings that you've configured, and finally go ahead and create the IAM user. If everything's worked as it should, you should see the success dialog, and you can go ahead and click on Close to return to the IAM console. So at this point, we've created the IAMadmin user inside the production AWS account, and we need to go ahead and test that. You're going to need the sign-in link for the production AWS account. Now be careful at this point because you'll have a sign-in URL for both the general and production AWS accounts. You'll need to use the production sign-in URL. If you go ahead and browse to that, it will immediately take you to the sign in as IAM user screen. The account ID should be pre-populated with the alias that you set for the production AWS account. If it is, go ahead and enter IAMadmin for the IAM username, and you'll need to enter the strong password that you decided on in the previous step. Go ahead and enter that and click on Sign In. So now we're signed in to the production AWS account using the IAMadmin identity, and if you click on the drop down, you'll be able to see IAM user, IAMadmin. And again, just to stress, this is a separate AWS account. This is the production AWS account. So it's a separate AWS account and a separate identity within this AWS account. So at this point in the course, you have a total of 4 different identities: the account root user and the IAMadmin user in the general account, and then the account root user and this IAMadmin user in the production AWS account. Now we were able to log into this IAMadmin user inside the production AWS account with only a username and password. So of course the next step is to assign one-time password capability. So go ahead and click on My Security Credentials from this drop-down, and that will take you to the IAM console where you can set MFA. So scroll down and click on Assign MFA Device, and we'll need to follow the same process. This will create a new MFA item inside your Authenticator application. So select Virtual MFA Device, and you'll need to click on Show QR Code and scan that into your Authenticator application. And again, make sure this is creating a new item inside your Authenticator application. Don't use any of the MFA items that you've created earlier in the course. It needs to be a brand new one. So you'll need to click on Show QR Code and then enter 2 consecutive MFA codes in box 1 and 2. And I've hidden my QR code, and now I'm going to enter the first code. So you need to enter the first code that your item in your Authenticator application generates after you've added this MFA. Once it's changed, you can go ahead and enter the next code that your application is generating. And once you've done both of those, go ahead and click on Assign MFA. You should receive this message that you've successfully assigned a virtual MFA. You can close that, click on this drop down and sign out, and then open the sign-in URL for the production AWS account. Make sure you do use the production one, not the general one. You'll need to enter IAMadmin for the username, the password that you set earlier, click the button, then you'll need to enter the MFA code for the IAMadmin user in the production AWS account. Click Submit, and that will log you in to the AWS console. And now you've finished the account setup and account securing process. You have 2 AWS accounts, the general account and the production account. Both of those AWS accounts have their own individual account root user. Both of them have an IAM identity. It's an IAM user called IAMadmin. And for IAMadmin in both of those accounts, you've configured MFA. So we have 4 different identities split across 2 different accounts, and all 4 identities are fully secured. So you need a username, a password, and a one-time password. Now that's everything that you'll need to do in this demo lesson. Go ahead and complete the video, and when you're ready, I'll look forward to you joining me in the next.